Hello everyone, welcome to another opening day game in the 1987 American League full playthrough. This one we're at Tiger Stadium for the New York Yankees against the Detroit Tigers. Of course, we've already played the opener, which was Cleveland at Toronto. Then we also had recorded games of Boston and Milwaukee and Baltimore and Texas. And this is the next game on the schedule. The game after this will be the Chicago White Sox at Kansas City Royals, and that will complete the April 6th date. April 7th, 2 games only. It'll be the two matchups that didn't happen on April 6th. It will be Oakland at Minnesota and Seattle at California. Then everyone will get 1 game under their belt. There are your lineups, benches, and bullpens. Starting pitchers: Dennis Rasmussen for the Yankees, Jack Morris for the Tigers. Pitcher catcher hold quotient: Dennis Rasmussen is a +3, and Skinner is a 0, so it's a +3 overall. Jack Morris is a +2, but Mercado is a -3, and so that makes him a -1. Ballpark effects: not weather effects, just straight up ballpark effects. Singles 1 to 2 for lefties and just 1 for righties. Home runs, though, 1 to 14 for lefties, 1 to 11 for righties. Yankees won the real game 2 to 1. I believe it was extra innings, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll see what happens in this game. So, starting pitchers: Jack Morris. He was in the '87 season. He was 18-11 with a 3.38 ERA. And for the Yankees, Rasmussen 9-7 with a 4.75 ERA. Got the game up on the Strat computer, so I will score it as we play it, obviously. And since I did my finger did kind of move the score sheet, I want to make sure that you can still see the line scoring. It looks like you can. I wanted to get closer to the cards, but I was feeling like I was losing the periphery, the whole score sheet, so I'm going to go with it like this, and hopefully it will look okay. All right. Ricky Henderson will lead things off. Bring this over just a hair. Make sure Ricky is still showing up the whole way, and he is, from what I can see. In fact, I probably got more room to move this over a little more, so let's do that and see if that helps it even more. Looks like it just might. So there we go. We're going to go with it. Ricky Henderson against Jack Morris. Got our dice. Both teams are kind of sort of the same color, so it doesn't really matter what dice we go with. We're just going to go with the standard. Except for using red, we're using blue. So we're ready to go. Super advanced. Jack Morris against Ricky Henderson. And obviously, good idea to keep Ricky off the bases. 1987. It doesn't say on his card, but I'm sure it says on the computer. Let me look on the computer and see how many stolen bases he had. He stole 41 bases, got caught 8 times. He only had 358 at bats, so he had some time injured, so that's why he didn't steal more bases. But here's Jack Morris to Henderson. We're underway. 4-10. That's a fly ball center field X. Very first play. We go to the X chart. Chet Lemon is a 2E4 for Chet Lemon as a center fielder. A 2E4. So as a 2, he needs a 4 or higher to get to this. And he does, so it will be an F2. And now he is an E4 in center field, so he's got to avoid 4, 16, and 18. That's a 6, so he did avoid it, but barely. But he does make the catch. And there's 1 away. So Ricky Henderson is retired on the fly out to center field. Get this computer going here. It was a little slow there at first. Now the out's recorded. And that'll bring up veteran Willie Randolph for the Yankees. Make sure we're putting that chart in there. Nope, it didn't affect the focus, which is a good thing. All right. Try to put this up here as much as I can. It's not really going to fit, though. I really don't want to lose the peripherals. So, all right, Jack Morris to Willie Randolph. 1-9 for Randolph with a ground ball to short. And Alan Trammell will handle that, no problem. And like I did with the other games, when the game is over, I will pause the video, print the score sheet off, and bring it upstairs and show you the finished score sheet to go along with my score sheet, but the printed one from Strat-O-Matic. Here's Don Mattingly. 1-6 for Mattingly. It's a straight out double to right field. Straight out double to right field. Don Mattingly. He will not be held at second base. Here's Gary Ward, the designated hitter. Nothing there. Morris to Ward. 1-6 is a fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. So no runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the first. It is the Yankees nothing and the Tigers coming to bat. And Dennis Rasmussen is on the mound. He'll be facing Sweet Lou Whitaker. I'll tell you what, there are a couple of should-be Hall of Famers in this game, in my opinion. Lou Whitaker is one of them. Don Mattingly the other. I think both of those should be in the Hall of Fame. Some may disagree, but I think Whitaker's got a stronger case because he had more longevity. But Mattingly was so dominant. I mean, if you're going to put Sandy Koufax in the Hall of Fame for his 3 or 4 year period, you got to put Don Mattingly because he was just as dominant. Because Koufax doesn't have the career numbers either, but he's in there because of the dominance. And to me, Don Mattingly was the most dominant hitter in the mid-'80s. From 84 to 88, there was nobody better than Don Mattingly. All right, here is Rasmussen to Whitaker. 4-7, left-handed. 1-9 is a double. That's a 15. It will be a single for Sweet Lou Whitaker. But I'm not going to get into arguments over Hall of Fame, just giving my opinion. Everybody's got an opinion, and I'm not going to argue anybody else's opinion. So here, Whitaker, if he wants to get the lead, needs a 4 or a 5. And if he gets the lead, it's a +3 on Rasmussen, so they are kind of maybe encouraged to try to get the lead. He needs a 4 or a 5 to get the lead. And he gets the lead with a 4, so that means he's a 16. Being held makes him a 14, but the +3 is a 17. So 1-17, he will steal it. And he does, right on the number. Stolen base for Sweet Lou. Randolph put on the tag and argues with the umpire, but it's to no avail. Stolen base for Sweet Lou. He will be held at second base. And that's going to bring up left fielder Larry Herndon. Right-handed batter against the lefty Rasmussen. 1-5. It's a pop out to first base. That's a big out to get with not letting Whitaker move up. Keeps him right at second base for 1 out for center fielder Chet Lemon. Kirk Gibson was injured during this opening part of the season, so he's not on the roster, in case you were curious. Lemon. 2-10 against the left-hander is a ground ball to third. Ground ball to third base. And the ground ball is a so that means the runner has to hold. So Whitaker will stay at second base, not try to go to third, as he's unable to move up. And it's up to Alan Trammell. Arguably 1987 was his best year. That's a 1, chance for a wild pitch. And the cards don't have it, so I'll go to the computer to see what the wild pitch chances are. He's an 8. 0 balk and an 8 wild pitch. So 1-8, Rasmussen will uncork a wild pitch. Maybe he's not. It's blocked by the catcher Skinner. So Rasmussen now to Trammell in a clutch situation. 1-11 against the left-hander. Well, 1-10 is a clutch situation, but 1-11 is not. It's a fly out to right field to end the inning. But he would have lost a hit on that clutch had it been a 1-10. But instead, it's a fly out to right field, and the Tigers come away empty-handed as well. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. We played 1 in Tiger Stadium, and it's no score. Jack Morris will now be facing Dave Winfield. Hall of Famer, you betcha. 2 of them going head-to-head, Hall of Famers. 1-8 and that's a fly to left field. One down. And that'll bring up Danny Pasqua. 310 for Pasqua against the right-hander is going to be a fly ball to right, but it's a home run ballpark blast for Danny Pasqua. Make sure it shows on camera. Yep, we get the end of his card. 310 is a ballpark home run blast, and it's a 1-14 for left-handers. That's a 4. It is gone. Dan Pasqua starts the 87 season for him with a solo home run. There you see it again, 310 right here, ballpark blast, and 1-14 for home runs for lefties. And Dan Pasqua puts the Yankees on the board. It is 1-0. Here's Mike Pagliarulo. Morris 1-5. That's a ground ball to first. Darrell Evans takes it to the bag for out number 2. For Joel Leonard Skinner, he is the catcher in this game. Morris 1-5, and it's a ground ball to third. And it's an easy play for the third baseman Darnell Coles to end the inning. A run, a hit, no errors, and nobody left at the end of 1.5. It's the Yankees 1 and the Tigers nothing. So Rasmussen has a lead to work with, and Darnell Coles will be the first batter for the Tigers. 4-5 against a right-hander. 1-6 is the in-home run. That's a 7, though. It'll be a double. Leadoff double for Darnell Coles. But it could have been worse. Could have been a home run because he had normal power. He will not be held. He's not a very fast runner. Designated hitter Terry Harper, the batter. As Sparky has loaded his lineup with a lot of right-handed hitters against the lefty Rasmussen. Rasmussen to Harper. 3-6 to the lefty. Struck him out. Harper out on strikes. 1 away, and that will send up veteran Darrell Evans. Lefty on lefty matchup, but Evans hits pretty decently against lefties. Rasmussen to Evans. We had a 3-4. Left-handed is a strikeout. So back-to-back strikeouts by Rasmussen after the leadoff double by Coles. And now it's Mike Heath, the right fielder and also backup catcher. But he's playing right field as they try to, get some guys out there until Kirk Gibson gets back. Normally in right field, you probably have Johnny Grubb or Pat Sheridan, but they're lefties. So they wanted Mike Heath, a righty, to be in there against the lefty Rasmussen. Sparky again doing some platooning. Rasmussen 5-11 against a right-hander. Ground ball pitcher X. And he is, let's get his error rating. He is a 3E10. 3E10 according to the computer. He's an E10 here, but his range is a 3. So it's a 3E10 on the pitcher side of the house. So on a 3, he needs to have a 4 or higher to get to this. And he does. It's a G1. E10, he's got to avoid 11, 15, 3, and 18. 15, he did not avoid it. How about that? He did not avoid the 15. It's right there, a one-base error on Rasmussen. Keep the inning going. E1. Coles will take third base on the error by Rasmussen. So Rasmussen not helping his cause. And here comes Orlando Mercado. He is not carded. I had to print his card. He only had 22 at-bats. And on the season, he hit 136. But he's in there to start the season because, again, Noakes, the left-handed catcher, is the normal starter, but they wanted a righty against Rasmussen. So they're using Mercado. Rasmussen to Mercado, 5-4. 5-4 is a pop-up to first base. Mattingly will field it to end the inning. So Rasmussen pitches around his own error and keeps the Yankees in the lead 1-0 after 2 complete from Tiger Stadium. Jack Morris out to face number 9 hitter Wayne Tollison. Tollison, switch hitter. 5-8, struck him out. Strikeout for Jack Morris. And here comes Ricky Henderson. Flew to center, his first chance. 2-8 for Henderson is a walk. And now you know he's going to be looking to get the lead. He needs a 6 or a 7 to get the lead. 12, he does not get the lead, so he's got to hold. And that will bring up Willie Randolph. 1 out and a runner at first base. Morris, 2-7 to Randolph. It's a single to center field. Center fielder arm. Chet Lemon is a -1. Ricky runs at a 17, but he makes him a 16. -1's a 15. 1-15. But do they risk throwing it? Because if they throw to third, that means Randolph gets second base. So I think given the odds, Lemon is going to eat the ball and keep Randolph at first base, keep that double play in order, and they will surrender the extra base to Willie Randolph, to Ricky Henderson. So runners are now at the corners with 1 out, and Don Mattingly, the batter. Randolph is being held but won't go anywhere. And now Donnie Baseball, who doubled his first time up, he's in there against Morris. That's a leaner, so I'm going to re-roll that because that was a leaner. Try again. 3-11, and that's a ballpark blast. That's a 14. That's a 14. It's a 3-run home run for Don Mattingly. Donnie Baseball does it again. A 3-run blast. And the Yankees have blown this open. It's now 4-0. Look at the number again, 3-11. It is a ballpark blast. 1-14 for a home run, and that is a 14. And when the thing didn't do right, it would have been a 2-6, which would have been a single 2 stars. So either way, Mattingly would have come through. But when all 3 dice aren't flat, I don't want to count the roll. So I don't think it's fair to do that. So we re-rolled, and that's what we got. And here comes Gary Ward. Morris isn't happy about it, but what are you going to do? 3-10's a ground ball to third. Darnell Coles with the throw over to first base for out number 2. And that'll bring up Winfield. His first time around, he flew to left field. So 2 gopher balls given up by Jack Morris accounts for all 4 runs. 3-9, and that's a strikeout to end the inning. But damage done. 3-run home run off the bat of Don Mattingly. And we go to the bottom of the third. It is 4-0 Yankees. And top of the order coming up for the Tigers, it'll be Whitaker, Herndon, and Lemon. Whitaker single and stole second his first time up, but was stranded there. 1-11 against the lefty. He's going to pop it up to Mattingly. 1 away. And that'll send up Larry Herndon. He popped to Mattingly his first time. 1-2, and that is going to be a ballpark single check, but it's only a 1 for right-handers. That's a 9. It'll be a, we're going to keep that foul out to the catcher. You get too many lineouts to short. I don't like to do that. With nobody out, I like to use what's on the card since it's not affecting base runners. So with 2 outs, base is clear. Here is Chet Lemon. 3-11 is a line out to second base. So Willie Randolph snags it. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Dennis Rasmussen. And the Yankees lead it 4-0 after 3. And as I like to do after every 3-inning block, take a quick stretch break and check how things are looking through the phone. Make sure everything is copacetic, that I didn't bump anything or take anything out of focus or any of that kind of stuff. I am losing a little bit of Mercado here at the bottom, so what I'll do maybe is, but I don't want to lose the line score either. So I think we're just going to leave it as is and just go with it. Here's Pasqua. He homered his first time up. 2-9. He's going to fly to center this time. One away. And that'll send up Mike Pagliarulo, third baseman. Boy, playing this 87 set just really brings back the memories. Morris, 1-2. That's a low max. It says plus injury, but I'm doing as played, so there is no injury involved. Or actually, I take it back. There is an injury involved, game only. I will not. The most they can do is miss the game. So there isn't. I stand corrected. There is an injury possibility. It's just the only thing they can do is miss the rest of the game. They cannot miss future games because it's an as-played lineup. But once the game starts, they can be injured for that one game. So if we go to the injury result, super advanced, 1-4, he stays in the game. Anything else, he's got to come out. He's got to come out. So normally he would have missed a whole lot of games, but in this instance, he's just going to miss this game. So Pagliarulo will leave, and that means the Yankees need a new third baseman. And we look at their bench and see who they have to play third base. It looks like they have. Well, neither one of them are any good. The two players they have are Suvella and Sakata. Neither one was carded, so I did print Sakata's card and Suvella's both. But Sakata's a little bit better defensively, so we'll go with him. So Len Sakata will take over at third base for Pagliarulo. It is Len Sakata. So he will be the new third baseman for the Yankees going forward. Sakata is a 3 and an E34. And let's see, he runs at an 11, I think, if I look at this correctly. Len Sakata. All right, so I'll bring him in for defense starting next inning on the computer. So we're up to speed. So Pagliarulo injured and cannot continue, so he has to leave, and here's Joel Skinner. Morris, 1-6 to Skinner, struck him out. 1-2-3 inning for Jack Morris. And now I need to go in the computer and put the new third baseman, Len Sakata, into the ball game at third base. 3 and an E34. And he does run an 11, so we'll see if that affects anything going forward. Right now, Dennis Rasmussen back out enjoying a 4-0 lead. He'll be facing Alan Trammell of the Tigers to lead things off. He flew to right his first chance. 3-6 against the lefty is a 1-18 single. That'll be a base hit for Alan Trammell. Alan Trammell with the leadoff hit. He's not going to go anywhere. They will hold him, but he's down 4-0. They're not going to try to run themselves out of an inning. Here's Darnell Coles. Rasmussen to Coles. 3-11 is a fly ball to right. That's one away. One down, and that's going to take it to Terry Harper, the designated hitter. Harper struck out his first chance. Rasmussen to Harper. 1-9, and that is a 1-11 double, but that's a 14, so it'll be a fly to left for out number 2. Hauled out there by Pasqua. 2 down for Darrell Evans, first baseman. Struck out his first chance as well. Rasmussen to Evans. 3-3 for the lefty. 1-6 is a single. That's a 9, though. It'll be a line out to second, and that's going to end the inning. So nothing doing for the Tigers. We played 4 from Tiger Stadium, and the Yankees lead it 4-0. Morris has a fatigue of 8. Rasmussen only 5. So next inning, in the bottom of the 5th, Rasmussen will be at his fatigue inning. So it'll be something to keep an eye on. Here's Wayne Tollison. Struck out his first chance. 1-3. He's going to ground to first. Evans to the bag himself. Handles the play easily. One away, and now we flip the order to Ricky Henderson. (1-5), and that's a 1-11 home run, but that's a 20. It'll be a double for Ricky Henderson. First hit of the game for Ricky. And of course, he will be held at second base with one out for Willie Randolph. (1-6), and that's a ground ball to short. So again, Henderson has to hold. 2 down. And that'll send up Mattingly. First base is open. He's already doubled and homered. So they don't want any part of Don Mattingly. They are going to give him the free pass. 4 wide ones have to be thrown. You can't do the 4-finger thing. Not in 1987 you can't. So Gary Ward, who is 0 for 2, will step in. 2 outs and 2 on clutch situation. Morris to Ward. 2-6, and that is a ground ball to third to end the inning. So walking Mattingly would end up being a prudent move to not let him cause more damage. So we go to the bottom of the 5th, still 4-0 Yankees. And Rasmussen, this is his fatigue inning. He's got a 5 there, so have to be cognizant of that. Mike Heath, the batter, he reached on an error by Rasmussen his first time up. 5-5 against the right-hander. It's a ballpark blast. 1-11. He has normal power, but that's a 17. So just a deep fly to left that Pasqua hauls in. And a bad break there for the Tigers. Here's Mercado. Pop to Mattingly his first time up. 4-11. He is a right-handed hitter. 4-11 is a ground ball to first base C. Mattingly will field it on a tough hop flip to Rasmussen. 3-1 if you're scoring at home, and you know you should be. And there's 2 away. And that'll bring up Sweet Lou, 1 for 2. 3-6, and that's a ground ball to second to end the inning. So Rasmussen keeps his full endurance into the 6th as he allowed nothing. We go to the top of the 6th, still 4-0. And due up for the Yankees will be Dave Winfield. Winfield is 0 for 2. Top of the 6th, 4-0 Yanks. Here on opening day in Detroit. 2-10. 1-14's a home run. That's a 9. It is gone. Look at it again. 2-10 puts you right here. 1-14's a homer. That's a 9. Dave Winfield. Strokes one. It's now 5-0 Yankees, and now the Tiger bullpen is beginning to stir down there. Look at the bullpen, see who they have. They have 3 right-handers, Kelly, King, and Snell. 2 lefties, Hernandez and Thurman. And it appears that I believe it's Eric King loosening in the bullpen, but I'll double check it. Yep, Eric King is loosening in the bullpen. They have an off day tomorrow because the only games on the 7th are the 2 teams, the 2 matchups that didn't happen on the 6th. So any bullpen pitcher they use will get a day off the next day. So don't have to worry about abusing your bullpen. Here's Pasqua. He's already homered. So 3 home runs for the Yankees in this game off Jack Morris. He's giving up the gopher ball big time. 3-10, and that's a ballpark blast. That's a 4. It is long and it is gone. Dan Pasqua, his 2nd home run of the game, as Tiger Stadium is just giving up the long ball like nobody's business. And it is now 6-0. And that's going to do it for Jack Morris. He cannot go any further. Sparky has seen enough to know he has seen too much. So Jack Morris will have to come out of there, and Eric King will be your new pitcher. We can close the book on Morris. It was not an outing he would like to remember. He only goes 5+ innings, and he gives up 7 hits, 6 runs. Oh, in fact, I'll go to the box score when I make the pitching change, and that'll give me a little bit better detail on that. So let's bring Eric King into the game. And now through the magic of the Strat computer, I can go to the box score up to date and get all the information for Jack Morris without having to do it by hand. So 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. And of course, he is on the hook for the loss. So Eric King going to be coming on for the Tigers. And he'll face Lenny Sakata. This is his first at bat since coming in for the injured Pagliarulo. 3-7, and that is a ground ball to short. 1 away. And that will bring up Joel Skinner. Joel Skinner. 3-7, struck him out. 2 down. But the Yankees lead at 6-0 on back-to-back dingers here in this inning by Winfield and by Pasqua. Here's Tollison. 2-2 for Tollison. Fly to center. Ends the inning. But 2 more runs come in, and at the end of 5.5, it's 6-0 Yankees, as they have turned this into a laugher. Rasmussen again in his fatigue inning, but he has still got full endurance. Full endurance, as he gave up nothing last inning. Here's Larry Herndon. 2-5 against the lefty. 1-7 is a triple. That's a 10. It'll be a leadoff double for Larry Herndon. Leadoff double. Bringing up Chet Lemon. Herndon will not be held on first, obviously, the 6-0 lead. They're not worried about him. 2, chance for a balk or a pass ball. No balk rating for Rasmussen, but it could be a pass ball check, and it is. It's a pass ball check on Skinner. And Joel Skinner, his pass ball rating is a 1. So it has to be a 1 to be a pass ball. And it is. So it's a pass ball on Joel Skinner. Give me a break. How many times does that 1 have to come up? So it's a pass ball on Skinner. It puts Lemon to third. So infield is going to be back. They'll give a run, leaving 6-0. Rasmussen facing Lemon. That's a 2-4 against the left-hander, and that is a walk. So now the Yankee bullpen might start to stir as Rasmussen's starting to lose it a bit. Look at the Yankee bullpen. Right-hander Cecilio Guante is loosening in the pen for the Yankees, and he would be coming in if Rasmussen falters. Right now, Alan Trammell is up first and second with nobody out. 4-2 to a right-hander is going to pop it up to second. Infield fly roll. Big out to get. Nobody moving up. Big hitter to get to in Alan Trammell. And here's Darnell Coles. Now a double play would get him out of the inning. Rasmussen to Coles. 2-9, and that's going to be a 1-2 single, but that's a 7, so he lines it to short. And once again, nobody can move up. 2 outs and nobody moves up, so still runners first and second for Terry Harper, the DH. Rasmussen trying to do a Houdini trick and get out of the inning. 1-12, and that's a Lomax plus injury, so we're checking in for injury as well. Lomax to third, but there were already 2 outs, so it didn't matter. But it's going to end the inning. The Tigers put 2 on, actually put runners at first and third with nobody out and can't score. Pop out, line out, and a line out. But Terry Harper as the DH is probably going to have to leave this game unless we get a 4 or less. We do not. So Terry Harper will have to leave, and the Tigers will need a new DH. And most of the hitters are now left-handed, but the Yankees are probably going to their bullpen anyway, so they're going to bring in Johnny Grubb as the DH. Johnny Grubb will come in for Harper as the DH. Now both teams have an injury in the game, so Johnny Grubb will make his way in for Terry Harper. And Johnny Grubb will now be the new DH for Harper. Rasmussen's still in there, not tired yet. But he's getting there, but he's not there yet. So he will stay in a little bit longer. Eric King only faced 3 batters, and he's got a long relief rating, so he's going to stay in there and try to eat some innings when the score is out of hand like that. And here's Ricky Henderson. 1 for 2 with a double and a walk and a run scored. King to Henderson, 3-3, and that is a ground ball to short. 1 away. And I was supposed to check everything because I finished another 3-inning block, so let me do that now. Make sure we're not losing the card on the right-hand side. Looks like we've got enough room there. So nothing going on. Never hurts to stretch, though, after sitting for a few minutes. It never hurts to stretch. Double check everything. Everything seems copacetic. So Ricky is retired on a ground ball to short, and that brings up Willie Randolph. 2-6 for Randolph. 1-7 is a double. That's an 18. It'll be a single for Willie Randolph. He's 2 for 4. Up 6-0. He is not going to go anywhere. They will hold him, though, because if we don't hold him, he gets the lead automatically, and it's almost a guaranteed steal. But here comes Don Mattingly. Doubled, homered, and intentionally walked. And now King has to face Mattingly. We get a 5-8 left-handed. That's a 1-7 double, 8-20 single. That's a single, 2 stars for Don Mattingly. He is a triple short of the cycle, but I don't think he's capable of a triple. At least I don't think he is. He did have 2 triples in this. He did have 2 triples in real world. So to get a triple on his card, where are the triples for Don Mattingly? Because he got 2 of them in real world, so there's got to be a triple on here somewhere that I can find that he can get a triple, but I don't see it anywhere. Maybe it has to get off the pitcher card. I guess it's so rare he'd have to get it off the pitcher card to have a chance at a triple. So Eric King does not give up that triple. The only way he could do it maybe is on a fly ball outfield X, and he might get a triple out of that, but it's going to be very hard for Mattingly to get a triple. But runners are at the corners now with 1 out. Infield looking for the double play on Gary Ward. King to Ward. Ward is 0 for 3. 5-4. That's a fly ball center field X. That is Chet Lemon. He's a 2E4 in center field. A 2E4 for Chet Lemon. 2 and an 8 is an F2, and F2 means it will be a sacrifice fly. If there's no error, it'll be a sacrifice fly. He is an E4, so he's got to avoid 4, 16, and 18. And he does, but it's a sacrifice fly off the bat of Gary Ward. And that will score Willie Randolph. It's now 7-0 Yankees. 2 outs now for Dave Winfield. Winfield is your batter with Mattingly at first, not being held. King to Winfield. 4-12 to a right-hander. Ground ball first base C. Evans will flip to King to end the inning, but the Yankees pick up another run. And we go to the 7th inning stretch. Score is Yankees 7, Tigers nothing. Rasmussen is going to come back out, or is he done? I think Well, they may just cap him here. We'll see. He gave up 2. They will let him pitch to Evans, lefty on lefty, but Guante is ready to come in, so they may be making that move very shortly. Right now, they will let him pitch to Darrell Evans. 6-6, and that is a strikeout. He's not tired yet. The strikeout is good. So he struck out Darrell Evans. And maybe they'll let him go until he gives up a hit or something. Here's Mike Heath. That's a 5-4, and that's a pop up to first base. Out number 2. And that'll bring up Mercado. Unless they want to go to a pinch hitter, they might bring in a righty to pinch hit Brookins, because he's a better hitter than 241. That's still better than Mercado. So Brookins will pinch hit for Mercado. And then coming in to catch will be another guy who didn't have a card. Dwight Lowry will be coming in to catch. So Brookins is your pinch hitter for Mercado, but Lowry will take over as a catcher. They're going to give Noakes the day off since it's a blowout. And they'll save him in case they need him to pinch hit in the future. So Tom Brookins, the pinch hitter. And Lowry, oh, I just moved that. I got to fix that. Then Lowry will stay in the game to catch. So let's make that move on the computer. Brookins is in. Mercado is out. And let's see, Lowry defensively is a 4 + 4 E4. And his T rating is an 8. And he runs at a 10. But right now it is Brookins to pinch hit. Tom Brookins, the pinch hitter. Two outs and the bases are clear. Brookins, your batter, against Rasmussen. 1-5 for Brookins against the lefty. He grounds it to short, and that's going to end the inning. So Rasmussen now will be capped at 7 innings. His day is done. He's going to go 7 innings. And I'll get the exact total from the computer once I bring in Lowry to catch for the top of the 8th. Then we can check on Rasmussen's excellent outing. Rasmussen goes 7 innings, gives up 4 hits, no runs, walks 1, strikes out 3. Very efficient for Dennis Rasmussen. And Cecilio Guante. Cecilio Guante will be the new pitcher for the Yankees. Cecilio Guante will be the new pitcher. All right. That'll be in the bottom of the 8th. And top of the 8th, it's going to be Eric King still out there. And he's going to be facing Pasqua, Sakata, and Skinner. Here in the top of the 8th of a 7-0 ball game. I was hoping for a closer game, but you never know how the cards are going to do and how they're going to roll out and whatnot. So just play it as you can play it and hope for the best. So King facing Pasqua. And this is his fatigue inning number 3. 3-8 for Pasqua. 1-6 is a single, but that's a 17. He's going to line it to second. 1 away. And the Tigers do have action in the bullpen. Mark Thurman, a lefty, is loosening in the pen. Here is Skinner. I'm sorry, Sakata, not Skinner. Sakata and then Skinner. 2-5 for Sakata. He's going to ground it to short. That's 2 away. And now we go to Joel Skinner. Skinner is 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. 6-9, right-handed, fly to left, and that's going to end the inning. That's going to do it for King. King will be lifted. And we played 7.5. We go to the 8th inning, bottom of the 8th inning. King goes 3 innings pitching. Gives up a run, 2 hits and a run, which was earned. No walks and a strikeout. So Eric King's day is done. Coming on now for the Yankees is Cecilio Guante. Cecilio Guante. And he will be facing the top of the order. Whitaker, Herndon, and Lemon due up in the bottom of the 8th. So Rasmussen gave Lupinella all he could want. And now Guante is on. Cecilio Guante has enough fatigue to finish the game if he's effective. 1-6 for Lou is a fly to center. 1 away. 1 down, and that brings up Larry Herndon. Do they pinch hit for Herndon with the righty in there now? They could go to a left-hander. Let's see, Grubb. Remember, Grubb is playing for. Grubb is playing for Harper, the injured Harper, as DH. But Herndon is going to be called back, and they're going to go to a lefty off the bench. And that's going to be left-handed hitting outfielder. If I can find his card. There he is, Pat Sheridan. So Herndon will leave, and Sheridan will pinch hit for Herndon and stay in the game to play left field. So Herndon is out. Sheridan is in as your pinch hitter. Left fielder. And Sheridan is a 2. Actually, he can't play left field. He's ready for right field and center field. But I think we can find a way to maybe move Heath over to right field. We'll figure it out when the time comes. If not, I'm just going to rate him as a 2. He's ready for 2 everywhere else. So we got 2, -3, and an E9 for Sheridan. And he pinch hits for Larry Herndon. So we make that move on the computer to get Pat Sheridan in the game for Herndon. So Sheridan it is. He is the pinch hitter. Against Guante, 6'7", left-handed, ground ball shortstop, X. That is Tollison. He's a 3E22. 3 with an E22, so on a 3, he needs to have the D20. And I'll just drop one of my D6s. There it is. So as a 3 range, he has to have a 5 or higher to get to this. 14, he definitely gets to it. That's going to be a G2. And now checking for an error. He's an E22 at shortstop, which means he has to avoid 6, 15, 17, and 18. That's an 8. He definitely avoided it, and that's going to be a good play for Wayne Tollison. 6-3 ground out. Sheridan is retired. And that brings up Chet Lemon. Make sure all that maneuvering didn't mess up my focus, which it may have. No, it looks like it's still all right, so we'll go with it. Chet Lemon, the batter. Guante, 3-3 to Lemon is a ground ball to third. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Cecilio Guante. Very casual inning, so he's definitely going to pitch the ninth as well to wrap things up. 7-0. And going into play left field will be they will have, let's see what they want to do with this. No sense trying to reinvent the wheel. They're just going to put Pat Sheridan in the left field. And the new pitcher for the Tigers is going to be Mark Thurmond. So we'll get Mark Thurmond ready to go. Lefty. Now I just got to find his card. Sometimes I haven't used these cards in a while, so sometimes they do stick together when I don't want them to. So let's see if I can find Mr. Thurmond. Maybe we won't use Mr. Thurmond. Maybe we'll use somebody else because I can't find Mark Thurmond's card for some reason. I just had it, and now I don't know what I did with it. Make sure I did pick it out of the pack. Pretty sure I did. No, I didn't. It was still in the pack. I didn't put him out there as eligible. So there he is. He is eligible, of course. So Mark Thurmond is your new pitcher. He will come in to face Tollison, Henderson, and Randolph. So Mark Thurmond. And the new left fielder will be Pat Sheridan. All right, top of the ninth we go. Wayne Tollison is your batter. Facing Thurmond. 7-0 Yankees. They came to play on opening day, obviously. Thurmond 1-8 to Tollison. The left-hander struck him out. So he strikes out Tollison. And that's going to bring up Ricky Henderson. (5-3) for Thurmond. Fly ball right field X. Right fielder is Heath, who's a 4-E4, so not very good. He's going to get a chance to prove that he's not very good. It's a 4, so he needs a 12 or higher to make this play. He does. 15, he will get to it, but can he avoid the error? He's only E4, so that's not bad. Just has to avoid 3, 4, 15, and 18. And he does. So Mike Heath, not graceful, but makes the play. 2 down. For Willie Randolph, who's 2 for 4. We get a 2-6 for Randolph against the lefty. That's a single. That's the third hit for Randolph, all singles. But he is 3 for 5. Not being held. Here comes Mattingly. He's got that chance for the triple, but he's got to get it off a X chance most likely. Because I don't see a triple on his own card. But he needs a triple for the cycle, but it's very highly unlikely. Unless we get an outfield X chance or something. We get a 5-9, and that's a fly to center to end the inning. So Mattingly finally retired. And nothing doing for the Yankees in the ninth. Mattingly proving he is human against the left-handed pitcher. So we go to the bottom of the ninth. Mark Thurmond's going to go 1 inning, give up a hit, nothing else, and a strikeout. Yankees 7-0 as we go to the bottom of the ninth. Guante will be on to face Trammell, Coles, and Grubb. That is the lineup for the Tigers. Trammell, Coles, and Grubb here in the bottom of the ninth. 7-0. 4-7 is a ground ball second base. X, that's Randolph. He's a 2E17. A 2 and a 17. So for a 2, he just needs a 3 or higher to get to this, and he does. And an E17, it's got to avoid 3, 6, 15, and 18. And he does. That's an 11. So good play for Willie Randolph to start the 9th. So Randolph retires Trammell, brings up Darnell Coles. And they're going to pinch hit for Darnell Coles. And bring in a left-handed pinch hitter. I believe it's going to be Dave Bergman, but we'll double check it. Yep, Bergman, a 273 hitter, will be in to pinch hit. And if they miraculously tie the game, Evans would move to third and Bergman would take over at first base. But the chances of that are very slim to none. But we'll give Bergman an at-bat on opening day. That leaves Matt Noakes as the only bench player remaining for the Tigers. And he'd probably hit for Lowry if it got that far. So Bergman against Guante. That's a 2-4, and that is a line out to second base. So that was Bergman on the pinch hit. But he lines out to second base for out number 2. Down to the last out, it's Johnny Grubb. His first at bat since coming in for the injured Terry Harper. Guante trying to finish it off in style. 4-7 against the lefty, and he walks him, so it does keep the inning going for Darrell Evans. Evans is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Guante 3-5 to Evans as another walk. So Guante thought he was going to finish this thing up in no time, but all of a sudden now, back-to-back walks, and here comes Mike Heath. Matt Noakes has picked up a bat, and he would hit for Lowry if Heath can keep the ball game going. Guante to Heath. 3-6, and that's a strikeout to end the ball game. So the ball game is over. The Yankees come into Tiger Stadium with authority. Pitch a 7-0 shutout at the Tigers. Guante is going to go 2 innings. He's going to give up no runs, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout, no hits. So the Yankees hold the Tigers to just 4 hits. And I will pause the video and print the score sheet and give you all the totals, set you up for the next game. Okay, we are back to wrap things up. Tigers win it, or Yankees win it rather, 7-0. 7 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error for the Yankees. No runs, 4 hits, and no errors for the Tigers. Winning pitcher Dennis Rasmussen 1-0. Jack Morris takes the loss. Home runs of the game, of course, Mattingly, Winfield, and Dan Pasqua hit 2. So Mattingly 3 for 4, single, double, and a homer. 3 runs driven in. Dan Pasqua, of course, 2 for 4. You could give the player of the game to Rasmussen. He pitched a 4-hitter for 7 innings, but it's kind of hard to ignore Mattingly's 3 for 4. So I'm giving the player of the game to Don Mattingly as the Yankees and their group beat the Tigers. And that sets up the next game on the schedule, the final game on April the 6th. And it will be the Chicago White Sox taking on the Kansas City Royals in Kansas City. That'll be the next game played in the replay, and that will complete the April 6 games. And then on April 7th, we'll have the A's at the Twins and the Mariners at the Angels, and that will complete 1 game for each team and get us started. So thank you for tuning in to this game of Strat-O-Matic Super Advanced, a opening day in Detroit, as the Yankees show that they are ready for the 87 season. They're off to an excellent start, getting that 7-0 victory on the road in Detroit. Of course, they're catching Detroit probably at a good time without Kirk Gibson, so that might have something to do with it too. I'm sure the Tigers, because they were the AL West champions, so I'm sure they will come back. They're saying one game doesn't mean anything, so they will get the Yankees before the season's out is what they're claiming. So that's going to do it from here. Do appreciate you all spending part of your either evening or afternoon, whenever you're watching this, with me, sharing this replay with me. And until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, how you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.